So this is just a walk around of my 85 Suzuki LT250EF. I pretty much got it like this, except I've done a few mods and repairs to it. It had a car battery on the front of it, and it had this light bar on a piece of stainless on the top. But I'm building a dog box for our puppy so he can ride with me, and I didn't want a car battery running on it. 12 volts is 12 volts, it's fine. It was only the bike was charging 12 volts, but I didn't like it. It was taking up a lot of room. There's a lot of weird, awkward top weight on there. It was good weight on the front, but it was awkward in turns. And I'm mainly running this around just as a trail beater and just around my parents' property. I came with the everything you see on it, except the headlight was on there, and I still have it, but I lost the screws, and it wasn't operating, and I lost the screws, so I just put the winch control in there, the wire, and I flipped it, and I lost the screws in one spacer, so that's not good. I've tilted up the bars a little past upright. They're just a little bit angled out, but other than that, I've got them very comfortable. Tires are really good on it. Master cylinder is no good. It's going. I have it one ready. Everything else, the system's sealed and good. I thought a rebuild would be no good considering the sight glass is rotting. This came with it. It was on a light bar. The winch works. Great tool to have. I sprayed it with WD-40 and just oiled up I've recoiled it. It was not that organized when I got it. Fixed up the fenders as best as possible. That front end's done. Clearly done. There's a hole there, and it's just all plates underneath. But I've had the whole body off it, all the racks, all the wires out of it. Redone the starter switch. There's a starter switch here. I redid that. This is working now. This is for the odometer. You can't see because it's so faded, but I can see, and it's actually rolling now. So it resets here, and it's rolling. She's cold. I need a lot of choke. It will pull. Exhaust is nasty, but working. That's hard to find. Everything's solid. The rear is better than the front. It's solid, but it's curled right down. You can see the corners are curled right down over the years. But the brackets are here, and it's solid, and everything's bolted down and good and under the seat. I like the racks. It just looks more utilitarian for small quad. They are small, but I prefer the racks. It's a utility bike, and that's what it's for. It's not a fast bike. It's got the hitch on it. I'm gonna have to oil up that chain, but other than that, just need to do the brake master cylinder, and I have no parking brake, but that's not a huge issue because of where I go, and I can always find something to block it off with. I still have these lids. I just put my ownership and insurance on it, and yes, it is plated and registered because of where I'm going to be going. I am going to get hit up by the police. All 5 gears work. The reverse works there. It's that I'm going to put it in neutral and then put it in reverse. All the tires are good. I think I mentioned that. The rear brakes are pretty good. Probably need an adjustment, but they're really good. Nothing squeals or squeaks or squawks or moans. So, but I like the racks. I like the utility of it. It's going to be getting a set of full chains, and it's going to be getting a plow for the winter. I'm not on a farm or a homestead, so just in my neighborhood, it'll do perfect at the foot of my driveway, and then I do the rest by hand and help my dad out at his homestead where he lives. And I'm going to be basically helping him out plowing with this, and he has a machine. And anyways, but yeah, you can actually see really where that rear fender's really curled down, but it's solid. Like, it's just over time they just curl, but it's rock solid. I know it's stitched up, zipped up, but yeah, I think it looks pretty handsome. They're nice. They're nice little bikes. They're little. Compare that to a new Kawasaki Brute Force 300. They're a bit boxier and bigger and taller. And you compare it to the new 750s, Suzuki's and the King quads and stuff like that, and this just looks like a kid's quad. But they don't look that bad when you're just on it. You're on your own and on trail around the homestead. It's fine. I think it's a great little bike. I think I mentioned in another video, if you're in the States, grab another one. They're a lot easier to find in the States than Canada, to find a second one. Canada, population's a fraction of the size. So these are extinct or hoarded. So a lot harder here in Canada to find these or second ones. Definitely want a new front end fender, but the whole front. But other than that, I'm really happy with it, and it's really surprising. Oh yeah, I sealed the head where you can do your valve clearance. So there's front and the back, the exhaust and intake valves. There's two accesses. I had to clean that up. I put a sealer on it, let it dry up, and I closed it up. Smoked a bit, then it went away. So that's good. It does still smoke out of the upper head. So this was rebuilt by the previous owner. Down here is great. Everything's great down here. All this is going away now that I've wiped it off. It's not bad, but I know that I need to reseal the valve cover. I went to pull, when I pulled those off, I started pulling bolts. I went to pull this one literally right here, and I could feel it want to turn, and the bottom was not going to turn. So when that had happened, I just found this. When that happened, I knew it was going to snap it, so I just said leave it be, and I put it all together. I sealed it up, let it seal up, and next is just going to be a oil filter and oil change. And once again, I'm really happy with this machine. Yeah, really hard to buy a good old 35-year-old quad and get parts for it, and it's really hard to find a parts bike, but I think it's a handsome little bike. I think it looks way better with the battery inside it now. Everything's doing what it should be doing. Yeah, got everything hooked up, I think. Just the brakes and the oil change. So that's it. That's just a little update on my little 85 LT250 Suzuki quad runner.